Tom Davis together with Ken Weinman, who co-hosts Orioles. Orioles
Baseball Tonight.
Well, I don't hear it because we're up here working at the same time. But
yeah.
I've known Kenny since he was a little guy. I know his father since we were back in college, Chip Weinman. And Kenny, let's talk a little bit about the Orioles and the rough start right now. What do you think?
Crazy thing is, they're pitching. They're getting starting pitching. If you would have told me that Cashner and Dylan Bundy and Gosman's been good and they're getting these quality starts, because last year that was the problem, right? They didn't get any starting pitching. If you would have told me they were getting decent starting pitching, I'd have thought, okay, they're getting off to a good start. But quite frankly, they're not hitting. They're not hitting at all. And then guys that are hitting, like Scope gets hurt, and then Mancini gets hurt. And now you're out there yesterday fielding a lineup that Buck doesn't want to field. And what makes it worse is you're already falling so far behind in the division because the Red Sox are so good. So it's frustrating because they're getting the starting pitching, and that was such a weakness for them last year.
Of course, though, there's a lot of guys also on the disabled list right now. I mean, that's hurt them, I think, a little bit, right?
Oh, absolutely. And hopefully they get Scope back soon, but with the oblique, you never know. They're saying that Mancini won't be out that long. Who knows when they're getting Trumbo back, but the lack of hitting up and down the lineup, save for Mancini and Machado, has been startling to start the year.
How about some of these young players, though? You're impressed with some of the young Orioles now, right?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, Mancini, who was so good last year, and then Cisco looks like he can hit. I'm waiting to see. He seems to be improving behind the plate, but he can hit, and you feel like there's more coming. Austin Hayes looked good last year. The kid D.L. Hall, you're hearing good things about. Mountcastle, who I think is hurt at the moment, but they good things about him. It's funny, for a while, we've been under the impression that this team had no farm system, and fans used to complain about that, and at times rightly so, but now, I think it was Bleacher Report in the offseason, had them in the middle of the pack. And so I think we've got some young kids coming. It's just unfortunate that the season has gotten off to such a rough start.
I mean, obviously the Orioles have track records in the past. I mean, you would think that it'll get better, right?
Yeah, it's just how far you fall behind at this point, and that's the struggle. And coming into the season, you're hopeful that they'll be a division contender, but I thought maybe wild card. I thought on paper, once they signed Cobb, and I think he'll be okay. It's just his spring training's going on right now. But when the season started, I thought they were a wild card contender, but you get off to this rough start, and then I think what you see happening is guys sort of like trying to hit 8-run home runs every time they come up, and you can't win like that.
How about Dylan Bundy, though? A 1.42 earned run average in 30-plus innings. I mean, what do you think what you've seen from him?
With all due respect to Chris Tillman in his prime, this is the first guy that's looked like an ace on this staff since Mike Messina. And what's disappointing is they've been wasting his starts for the most part. But man, is he good. And you see him, he's out there looking like Verlander, going with like 1 walk and 9 strikeouts. And we haven't seen that consistently from an Oriole pitcher since Mike Messina.
You can check out Kenny on 105.7 The Fan starting at 5:45. Weeknights, he co-hosts Orioles Baseball Tonight. Nice person, does a great job covering sports here in town.